In Fairy Tail, the flashback ends and the battle begins. In Bleach, Pernida is destroyed, but not without a sacrifice. And in Toriko, that's all I gotta say about Toriko. Hey guys, WinterSpawn27 here, and today I'm going to review the chapters of this week on Fairy Tail, Bleach, and Toriko. However, I did miss the last two chapters, and because the chapters came out early, the latest chapter of Fairy Tail came out, so let's get through Fairy Tail quickly. In the flashback, Mavis is returned by Zeref to Hades, who has taken over as the second guild master after Mavis's leave of absence. However, after what happened in previous chapters, Zeref, this really was the final straw for him. He just drops Mavis's body, like no respect whatsoever, and calls her a thing. And then he just leaves. There's this one panel where a single tear rolls down his face, and then he's regretting that he fell in love with Mavis, that he shouldn't have fallen in love. You really have to feel sorry for Zeref, really. I mean, he finally found someone that he can fall in love with, someone that he can be with by his side, and then she died because of the Zongsalem curse. Yeah, it's a real bummer. However, it turns out that Mavis isn't technically dead. I mean, her heart wasn't beating, but there's still some magic energy from it or something, so maybe she's in some sort of death-like state? Or maybe she really is dead, but there's still some magic in her heart. I don't know, but it seems like she might not technically be dead. I'm not exactly sure. So Hades sealed her body into this lacrima, the crystal that we saw before, which turns out it was used for resurrection, and throughout the years, as the second guild master, he's been trying to figure out a way to bring back Mavis. And he did figure out that she was the one that was unintentionally responsible for Rita's death and the curse of Zongsalem. And he couldn't reveal that to everyone, so he told all the Fairy Tail guild members that she was dead, which also explained the grave that was built on Tenra Island. And then Yuri passed away, but we didn't know exactly how he died, but he just died without knowing what really caused Rita's death, so yeah. However, throughout the years, Hades did discover Fairy Heart, which is a combination of his ability and knowledge, and Mavis's agelessness and immortality. And Fairy Heart is an unlimited source of magic energy. A source of magical energy that can be used for an infinite number of times. And also explains why Raventail was after it. Although how the hell they knew about Fairy Heart, that is still left for debate. That's still not known. But this also explains why Zeref is after Fairy Heart, or Mavis in this case. It's because he believes that by using Fairy Heart, it can be used to defeat Acnologia, so they're after Fairy Heart to defeat Acnologia. I gotta say, the reveal of Fairy Heart wasn't something I was expecting, but this definitely explains like why it was kept a secret, why it was forbidden, and it sounds pretty powerful, but it was never used once, like ever. And Happy actually brought up a really good question. I know he said that it was a stupid question, but no, in actuality, it's a very smart question. It's a good question, and it is, if this magic is so strong, why don't we use it to beat up Acnologia and Alvarez both? And Macroft has answered this, and it was because that they didn't know if it can be controlled or not. If they used it this one time, they couldn't control Fairy Heart. It might go berserk or something, and might do some serious damage or something. But I just can't believe that Fairy Heart was never used once at all. I mean, wouldn't it be better if like either Hades or Macroft, when they learned about Fairy Heart, tried to use it like one time where the situation was really dire and it was really needed to use Fairy Heart, but when it was used, something terribly wrong happened and they vowed never to use it ever again. Maybe that would have been a pretty good story plot point. But then again, if something this major happened, then this would have caused a commotion at the Magic Council, in Fiore, and all the other guilds or something. So maybe that's why it was never used, so that they could keep it a secret. Now, the flashback really was good. I did like Mavis's flashback. I did like the reveal of Fairy Heart, but there was really something that was bugging me. If this whole time Mavis was sealed inside this lacrima in the basement of Fairy Tail, why hasn't her spirit appeared before? Why was it just until after the 7-year time skip, or during Tenro Island where she gave Kana fairy glitter? And speaking of that scene, how was she even aware about Tenro Island if she was still in that lacrima, unless the grave was actually something that she used to know what was going on? I don't know. Like, why hasn't she appeared before? And if she's in this death-like state, then maybe this really is like her soul or spirit, or maybe this is something like King Endymion from Sailor Moon Crystal or something. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, because of this, Mavis blamed herself, but everybody reassures her, saying that it's not really her fault. And Galadriel actually, you know, says this cool thing: it ain't no sin to fall in love with someone, even I wouldn't arrest you for that. Seriously, I mean, after this 1-year time skip, I mean, I'm starting to get even more and more respect for Galadriel. And then at the end of the chapter, there was Natsu, who declared that he had a secret weapon, which was his right arm, the bandaged arm that we saw many times before. So Fairy Tail 451, it was a good chapter. The flashback was really good overall. I did like the reveal of Fairy Heart, and yeah, that's basically it from that chapter. This is basically them preparing for the Dragon King Festival. And we even get to see Alvarez and even some new members of the Spriggan 12 that we've never even seen before. But first, the beginning of the chapter. Yeah, it turns out that Marin, you know, you passed the flying colors, that guy, he's still alive. Why isn't he dead? Because, like, does he ever serve any purpose whatsoever? But whatever. Yeah, it turns out that Brandish just shrunk him to a really tiny size, and she's forcing him to paint her toenails. Okay, whatever. So the Spriggan 12, or at least the members that were shown of the Spriggan 12 and Zeref, were having a meeting. All the while, Fairy Tail was also making their own preparations in a way, and unfortunately, we don't know what exactly Natsu's secret weapon is, like what is up with his right arm. I still think it has something to do with him being End. All I know is that it's supposed to be something that can kill Zeref or defeat him, and it's a technique that can only be used once. Now, what I liked about this chapter is that while Makarov was explaining to Fairy Tail about the Spriggan 12, the people that he does know, and their magic abilities, you have Zeref in his meeting with the Spriggan 12 members that did manage to show up, and you know, you just have like one scene with Zeref, and then you have another scene with Makarov, and it just goes back and forth, which I actually thought was pretty good. So far, we only see 7 members of the Spriggan 12, and 2 more are mentioned. First off is the Chief of Staff and Council, Winter General Ember, and according to Makarov, his magic is related to ice. I'm really hoping that Ember is not another ice mage, because we've gotten a lot of those lately. I mean, not with Gray, but also with Leon and Silver, and well, I'm just hoping that even though his magic might be related to ice, it might be something different. Then of course we have Desert King Azure, which we already know that his ability revolves around sand. And then of course there's Brandish Mew that we've seen before, and we know that she doesn't like to do things that are annoying or hates things that are annoying, but she is willing to follow Zeref's orders. And according to Makarov, she's the nation breaker who has the power to bring an entire nation to its knees. And we already know that she has the ability to shrink and grow things with her magic. And then there's War Maiden Demaria, which we don't really know if she's a mage or not, but we do know that she is a female knight. And of course, the number 1 10 wizard saint, God Serena, which turns out to be someone that I was not expecting. I mean, a guy that is like doing a lot of posing and dancing in some sort of way, like he's being all very dramatic, and he doesn't have like a spotlight shine on him. Like, what the hell? Okay, but we still don't know like what his magic ability is, so I guess Hero is keeping that a secret until later on. But he's pretty funny. There is Mage King August, which Makarov is hyping him up to be the most powerful mage out of the Spriggan 12. Probably even surpassing Zeref, saying that he has mastered magics of all time and places. So he knows a lot of magic, different magic abilities. Definitely means that he's going to be defeated via Nakama friendship bullshit. then there were like two mages that we don't know what they look like, but we do know their names, Bloodman and Nineheart. And then we're introduced to a new character of this friggin' 12, Warui Ito, which according to the translation note, it means bad person. But his last name alone, however, is Ihito, or good person. So his name means both good and bad person, in a way. And I think his whole shtick is about sin or something. I'm not exactly sure. And then at the end of the chapter, this is kind of surprised me, we see Acnologia back at the mountains, and he's also on the move for the Dragon King Festival. I am the true king of all dragons, the ultimate creation. I am Acnologia. I really want to know his backstory, because seriously, what is his deal? But yeah. All three parties are getting ready to begin the Dragon King Festival, which I get the feeling that this might be like the final arc in Fairy Tail or something. I could be wrong, but that's what it feels like to me. So yeah, this is also another good chapter. Getting to learn a couple new things about this friggin' 12. We're getting to see some characters making some preparations for the battle, and then we have Acnologia at the end. So, Hero, don't screw this up. Don't screw up the Dragon King Festival. I swear to God, if you fuck this up, I'm gonna be... You're gonna be on thin ice. You're already on thin ice as it is, so don't screw it up. I swear to God. So Fairy Tail has been making preparations for the Dragon King Festival, and they even evacuated the entire town. So all the townsfolk have been moved to a safe place so they won't get caught in the crossfire, which is good. And from what we found out, Crime Source here is going to participate and help out as well. So we're going to see Jalal, the remaining Erasio and Melody making an appearance in this battle too, so which is cool. But why aren't they asking for help from the other guilds or from the Magic Council? I mean, they could get like Sabretooth, Lamy Scale, Blue Pegasus, Mermaid Heel, hell, even Quattro Cerberus to help out. And, you know, the Magic Council, they're also aware about God Serena leaving to Alvarez, and they're also aware about Alvarez, so why don't the Magic Council also help out too? I mean, hell, they have good ties with, like, the King back in the Grand Magic game, so maybe they could ask the King for help as well, for, like, their army, or maybe their Gyro Knights or some shit. I don't know. Like, I mean, is it just gonna be Fairy Tail and Crime Source here against Alvarez? Like, what about the other guilds? Like, why aren't they asking for them for help or something? Maybe they did and we didn't see it in this chapter. Now, at the first half of the chapter, we see the Fairy Tail main characters basically like waiting, anticipating for this battle against Alvarez. Natsu and Happy, once again, were hanging out with Lucy in her apartment. And when Natsu says that he's determined to do whatever it takes to win, because if we don't, we won't live to see tomorrow, which is actually a nice thing to say. But then he says that there's a lot of things that I want to do once the fighting's over, which is a death flag in a way, but we know that Natsu isn't really gonna die since he's the main character. However, there is a death flag on either Gray and Juvia, because when we see them, Gray says that when this fight is over, he will give her an answer, which we all know that he will finally say if he loves Juvia or not. Total death flag right there. But then again, is Hiro really willing to kill off either Gray or Juvia? But I hope that whatever the answer is, it will stop those bullshit, comedy, ridiculous moments with Juvia that keep ruining her character. I hope that it will stop. And then there was Erza, Wendy, and Charles taking a bath together, and there was this one nice moment where Wendy hugs Erza, saying that she will protect her, and then Erza hugging back, saying that Wendy has become a wonderful mage. It's actually a nice moment once you get past the nakedness, but aside from that, it's actually a nice moment. Then we have Mavis, Makarov, Macau, and Warren, who are scanning the whole area, trying to detect Alvarez's arrival. But here's the thing, this is what was really stupid. Apparently they weren't aware that Alvarez would be coming in by air. Because that's what happens. Alvarez came in by air on these 50 air battleships. And that thought never crossed their minds? That they would be coming in by air? They thought they would be coming by land? I mean, are you freaking for real? That is so stupid. Like, that thought never crossed their minds about them coming from air or maybe by sea or something? Like, wow. is being led by Azir on these 50 air battleships. And yeah, the battle has finally begun. This chapter I thought was actually nice. It's basically a calm before the storm. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this Dragon King festival come to fruition. All I can hope for is that no bullshit. No Nakama friendship bullshit. That's all I can hope for. Just actually make the enemy, make Alvarez an actual threat. And not like what you did with Avatar Orochi's Finn. Just make them an actual threat. That's all I'm hoping for. Oh my god, okay, I really hope this is the end of this battle because this has gone on long enough as it is. And, something surprising really happens. Actually, two surprising things. One, we get the return of a certain Arankar, Szayelaporro, but in Mayuri's head, which I actually thought for a minute there that he actually came back, which I thought was really weird, but no, it was actually in Mayuri's head, so thank goodness for that. It was weird and kind of cool at the same time. And the second thing, Nemu's dead. Yeah, that attack that she used in the previous chapter, well, it did obliterate Pernida, and Pernida was about to disintegrate, or break apart into a bunch of pieces, and it turns out that her time limit was up from that power boost, so she was exhausted, falling from the ground. However, it didn't occur to either her or Mayuri that the pieces that were remaining, the pieces that were still there, even though they were about to be disintegrated or obliterated, were still able to become sentient and latched their nerves onto Nemu, and then she explodes into blood. Yeah, she's been torn to pieces. She's nothing but a bunch of flesh and blood now. She got pureed. Yeah, that was surprising. I mean, Nemu wasn't really like, I don't know, like Nemu wasn't really like my favorite character. I mean, I neither hated her nor liked her. I felt sorry for her at the beginning of how, like, Mayuri treated her, but I don't know, like, seeing that happen, I mean, it did surprise me, but I wasn't gonna, like, be all sad over it or cry over it. It really did messed up Mayuri. He was going through shock, and you could tell that he was sad that Nemu died, which then leads to Szayelaporro's appearance, and this actually I thought was pretty good. It was him berating and taunting, messing with Mayuri. Was that despair I sensed in your voice? And then he even repeated the words that Mayuri said to him about perfection, that speech that he gave to him during that fight, saying that he actually fooled himself into thinking that Nemu was perfect. But Mayuri was having none of that, so he just grabs Zal's face and just like swipes or just tries to crush him or something. Another trick up Mayuri's sleeve. Yeah, he has another one apparently, and it's all thanks to Nemu. So yeah, we see a newly regenerated Pernida, and he's got eyes all over his hand, and his eye that was on the palm of his hand is now a freaking like mouth and tongue, and the tongues even have eyes on it. Pernida was so focused on eating Nemu's body, or what's left of it, but Mayuri takes away Nemu's brain, which is actually something Pernida really needed, because apparently in Nemu's pituitary gland there was this force accelerated cellular breakdown organ, which is what Pernida now has because of his nerves. He has that ability, but without Nemu's brain, he wouldn't be able to control it, so that his cells will keep going through accelerated regeneration over and over again until Pernida self-destructs, as we see the hand like about to burst, and he does explode at the end of the chapter. So yeah, the whole reason why Nemu has that organ is because Mayuri was taking precautions after his failed attempts to create a Nemuri. So this was something that he needed so that his Nemuri Nanago wouldn't die. But without the brain, the cellular breakdown organ was going out of control, which was why Mayuri took away that brain. So, how do I feel about this? Well, I still can't believe Mayuri still has yet another trick up his sleeve, but he does, and you know what? I really shouldn't have been surprised, but I was. I mean, this is freaking Mayuri Kuretsuchi after all. I already said how I felt about Nemu's death, but this, at least Pernida is dead. I hope that he's dead. I mean, the fight will finally be over, right? I mean, I'm not exactly sure, but I'm hoping this is the end. I don't know if Pernida can come back from this. I mean, his cells have been going through acceleration to the point where he would have to self-destruct. Or maybe there is another way for Pernida to come back. But this chapter overall, I thought it was alright. I thought it was a decent chapter. When I first read this, I wasn't exactly sure how I felt about it. I mean, the whole organ thing was like, I don't know, it felt like it came out of nowhere, but it was understandable why it would be inside Nemu. You know, with Nemu, I mean, Mayuri still has her brain, so maybe he can still create a new body for Nemu. I mean, this might be like, what, Nemuri Hachiko, but she would still have the previous Nemu's memories. I mean, he has the brain. So maybe this won't be the last we'll see of Nemu. Maybe when all this is over, we'll see Nemu in a new body. So yeah, hopefully this fight is now over and we can now move on. In the previous chapter, it was called Joey versus Midora, but yeah. This time, it's gonna be Midora versus Joey. So this chapter, we see the freaking meteor spice, which, you know, completely devastated the human world the first time we saw it. This one, however, it seems like more of a miniature-sized version because it actually technically didn't really do that much damage inside the Neo headquarters, but maybe it did, but we couldn't really see it because, like, the whole area was, like, covered in smoke. But what it did do is freed Zaust from his brain-controlling bacteria because, if you recall, back in, I believe it was the Air Arc, in order to free someone from Joe's control, you have to do an attack that causes even more damage than Joe's attack, more damage than Joe's brain-controlling bacteria, which explains, like, why Zaust was freed from Joe's control because of the meteor spice. But what about, like, Kosaro and Jojo? What about them? Like, are they still under Neo's control? Like, I don't know, but Tepe grabs Zaust and they finally make a break for it. But he's also looking for this golden cookware that apparently Joe used. What is this golden cookware? What does it do? Well, we don't really know. I think we'll have to, like, wait for that until way later. Then we get the return of one of Midora's signature techniques, Hungry Tongue, and holy crap, this attack did more damage than freaking Meteor Spike. Not only it ate like a huge chunk of the base, but it also like destroyed a piece of the mountain that the base is on, and the freaking area behind the base. Like, holy shit, Midora's freaking badass. Please don't kill him off, he's cool. So because of that damage, Joa teleports himself and Midora using the Tokage in Area 2, a southeastern island called the Land Sea Forest. So they were in Area 1, and now they're in Area 2 where God, the Battle Wolf, Toriko, and Starjun are. Okay. I didn't know the Tokage can do that, but apparently it can. Now, remember the whole warp kitchen thing that Condor Window did that one time? Well, we actually learned what it can do, and warp kitchen is actually something that Joa can do as well. So him and Midora are inside the warp kitchen, which is an area where time has slowed down greatly to the point where it feels like time has stopped. This is being used to cook the Earth. At least that's what it's hinting at. Because the Earth is gonna take like several 100 million years to be cooked. So using this warp kitchen will like cook the Earth faster. Come to think of it, I think the warp kitchen is like the Toriko equivalent to the hyperbolic time chamber. Also, we might get to hear Midora's full course menu that he's gonna tell to Joa when he's going to die. But unfortunately, that is basically it from them. Yeah, I really wanted to see them fight, but no, not yet. Maybe next week, I don't know. Naki Master Jiro has taken care of the piece of Acacia, which that Big Bang attack that he used before, which we never actually technically seen what it can really do, but whatever it is, it's so powerful, it sent that piece of Acacia out there in space. Say hi to Cars for me, piece of Acacia. Although, if he did encounter Cars, he'd probably eat him. There's some sort of irony in that for some reason. I don't know why. But the piece of Acacia did manage to take a chunk out of Naki Master Jiro. Yeah, he bit off his hand, but nothing that Cure Water can't do. It can't fix up. We all knew that Acacia had this gourmet cell demon, which is supposed to be really really scary. And it turns out it really is, because this gourmet cell demon is Neo, according to Chi-Chi. And that was the Neo that the Blue Nitros were talking about before. The whole reason they were doing this was for Neo's revival, referring to Akasia's gourmet cell demon. According to Chi-Chi, Neo is a predator that has been revived repeatedly many times since ancient times, over the last 10 billion years. Now, what Chi-Chi said about that, that means that the Blue Nitros, or maybe something else other than the Blue Nitros, have been trying to resurrect Neo over and over again, but either those attempts were either failed, or something or someone actually defeated Neo. So if the latter is true, then maybe there is a way to defeat Neo, to defeat Akasia's gourmet cell demon. And that would mean that Neo had previous hosts aside from Akasia, because I don't think Akasia could survive for over 10 billion years. I mean, I know that in the world of Toriko, people can live for like up to 1,000 or maybe even more years, but 10 billion? No, I don't think so. But one thing's for sure, if Akasia is in full perfect condition, then we're all fucked. We're all fucked. It's game over, man. Game over. And there's this 2-page spread of Akasia eating pieces of a Blue Nitro. Yeah, he torn off the limbs of a Blue Nitro and started eating him. Hell, even Chi-Chi said that if the Blue Nitros teamed up to take on Akasia, there is like no way that the Blue Nitros would win. I don't know how the hell Toriko and the others are gonna defeat him. Like, there must be a way. I mean, if Neo kept like being resurrected over and over again, then there must have been like something or someone that did defeat him, which there actually is one person, or actually one thing, one demon that can stop Akasia. It's Don Slime. Don Slime, the king of Blue Grill in Area 6. But there is more to Don Slime. He's not just the king of Blue Grill. He is Ichiryu's gourmet cell demon. What? Like, what? Like, seriously? This is totally new to me, because we've never seen Ichiryu use his gourmet cell demon. That probably explains like why in that like one panel when like Don Slime was like, Ichiryu, he was like all angry, like he knew about Ichiryu, so that's how he knew him, because he's his gourmet cell demon. Freaking Don Slime, like, he's the only one that can take on Akasia. He's the only one that can take on Neo. He's freaking God tier. He's in God level, like, holy crap, like, oh my god. That's how I described this chapter, just like, oh my god, mind blown, like, seriously. But like, I wonder, like, why didn't Ichiri use his gourmet cell demon? Like, how come that never happened during his fight against Midora? And not only that, but like, Naki Master Jiro was talking about like releasing his seals. He releasing his knocking so that he's gonna be like up to his like full prime. So holy crap. So what's gonna happen next? I don't freaking know. Like, what is going on with the pacing? Like, these past couple chapters, like, the pacing has been going pretty fast if you think about it. Like, we might get to the third act sooner than we expected, because, you know, that 2-page spread with Akasia, it seems like he's on the move soon. He will be soon. But we still have to get to the other ingredients. We have to get to the other areas. We have to see the other 8 kings. I mean, we haven't seen freaking Dragon King Darius. Like, where the hell is Dragon King Darius? I don't know. Like, I don't know like what Shibabukuro is doing with the pacing. I hope he's not trying to like end Toriko like really soon, like within a year or two maybe. I don't know if it's because of the sales or something. I haven't heard about the sales. I don't know like what's going on. I just don't know. Like it's like chapter after chapter, there's like so much freaking hype building up. I just hope that Shibabukuro knows what he's doing. Like, I'm really, again, okay, so what is gonna happen next week? Well, Toriko, I don't know, like, maybe we'll see Midori versus Joe, or Joa, whatever, or maybe we'll get some more info about Neo and Don Slime, or we might actually cut back to the cooking battle. Yeah, there's still a cooking battle going on, remember that? So yeah, those are the chapters of what happened this week on Fairy Tail, Toriko, and Bleach. Tell me guys what you think of these chapters, and what are you looking forward to seeing next week. So I apologize yet again for being late with this one. I did start work on this week. So what I've been thinking is from now on I could just do the chapter reviews all in one video and release it on like either Saturday or Sunday. But if you want me to like keep the old format with the reaction/reviews, then I could do that and you know, have them released on the weekend. But again, let me know in the comments below, and as always, like and subscribe. I'm Espada27, and I will see you guys later in the next week. So take care.